just 1 week when you lost 3 pounds. So in the first week, you lost 3 pounds on this, right?
That is correct.
Your GLP-1 is a natural hormone that's in every single one of our bodies. And your GLP-1 lets you know if you're full. It's a satiety hormone. So when your GLP is working properly, it does help suppress your appetite as well as reduce those cravings. It's a sugar-free fast melt caramel. So what it's going to do best is it's going to reduce your sugar cravings or any other cravings you have in your body. It's going to suppress that appetite. But where Melissa got the most benefit, I think, over the last week was the L-carnitine. The L-carnitine tells your mitochondria, this is where you make, we talked about it before, this is where you produce energy in your cells. It actually tells those mitochondria to burn fat for fuel. We're noticing other people losing up to 7 pounds in the first week. 4 pounds has been about the average. As you lose weight and as you take these Bella Melts, it's going to help lower that blood sugar in your body as well.
All the information is there. MelissaHouseBG.com, MelissaHouseBG.com. Just now introducing for the first time Bella Melt with GLP-1 Fast Action.
Welcome to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for joining me today. I took 1 day off air, but as I was getting ready today, it felt like I was off air for a week, so I probably shouldn't do that often. We are live on worldviewtube.com, worldviewtube, Rumble and X account, and also on worldviewtube app. We're also live on X America News on X, and live on my platforms on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, Substack, and X. So we're live, and as I promised on Monday or Friday of last week sometime, it's going to be just me and you guys today. It's just me and you. I will read the comments almost the entire show. I didn't prep for today. Well, to be fair, I don't normally prep anyways, but I didn't even do the minimum thinking of what I'm going to talk about because, first of all, there's a lot to talk about. Not much thinking needed there. Also, I wanted to make sure to commit to your comments, questions, concerns, agreements, disagreements, information, anything that you might send in. Hi, Laurie from Canada. Good to see you. Always good to see you. Also want to let you know that a Substack came out today. I published a Substack today around 1:30 Eastern time. I do invite you to read it. It is, I guess more than anything, it might be a light bulb that everybody in the world needs to read it, but I addressed my fellow Americans on that specific Substack. It's titled Negotiations by Day, Executions by Night. While diplomats talk, Tehran continues killing. So head over to my Substack and read it if you feel like reading an informative Substack that might tickle your conscience a little bit. Again, as you know, most of you who have followed me for a long time, I don't tend to sit here and talk about headline of the news or what's trending. I tend to try to tickle the conscious and the thought process. I prefer doing that. I have never considered myself a news anchor or even a commentator. I prefer bringing information that could make us think twice, maybe 3 times, or a little deeper than the surface of what everybody else is providing us out there under name of media, journalism, or social media. So that would be a good piece to tickle the conscious, at least. We are on day 46 of the revolution. Forgive me, as the title of the show and the thumbnail says day 45. This show was planned for yesterday. However, close to the airtime, I had to go ahead and request a rerun. Something came up. I had to do it. I couldn't do the show. But we are on day 46. The revolution is ongoing. Believe in me. It is ongoing. Nobody has gone home. Nobody has given up. Nobody has won. And regardless of how many talks United States of America continues doing with Iran, I don't really necessarily, I have been digging to see if I can find any care as of CARE to give to whatever video, audio, Air Force One interviews coming from Trump or Trump administration about how great the negotiations are going, and they're scared of us, we're scared of them, somebody's scared of somebody. None of that plays a role. And the fact that this revolution is ongoing, the efforts are still happening, and we have not given up. Those of us who never counted on any help from foreign countries were still stronger than those who momentarily counted on any promises or post. But we're all standing stronger. We're still continuing to do what we do. And I will remind you on Saturday, February 14th, most cities are having the rally, but the major ones are in Europe, is Munich, Germany. It is in Los Angeles, in America, Los Angeles, California, in Canada, Toronto, Canada. If you're close by, join us. It's a call to action for all humans across the world. The last one in Toronto, there was 150,000 plus who showed up. Los Angeles had 110,000 plus showing up. I really look forward to see what this Saturday is going to bring between Munich, Germany, Los Angeles, California of America, and Toronto of Canada. And again, if you're there, show up. You don't need to bring anything, just show up, join us. We teach you the chant, we give you a flag, and we'll hold your hand as we stand by the people inside Iran who are still being slaughtered, killed, executed, hung, tortured. And it is completely natural. If you remember, a month ago, my Substack was specifically, my words were, Iranians have been the most abandoned freedom fighters in history. And I guess today I can say, prove me wrong. And that's all right, because by nature, we are trained that way. Lori, I have no idea why you can't see any of the comments. I see them, but then it might be because I'm on the back-end admin of Substack. But guys, let me know if anybody... Oh, okay. Now she can see. Never mind. I don't need to address that. And Elise, good to see you. And I want to give a thank you. You reached out to me yesterday when you realized the stream has been scheduled for 24 hours later. I appreciate you being concerned with my well-being and reaching out to make sure I am okay. Those messages means a lot when they come my way, and I realize you guys care, and then you take the extra time to check on me. They mean a lot. It was lovely shortly chatting with you on Substack. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Iran is whipping out is a strength. Hello to you too, Annalise. Yes, it's pretty. I have seen so many non-Iranians, bigger names or figures, actually just doing videos admitting that they've never thought that Iranian people have such strength. And I will talk about that strength in a minute. The world may be watching, but we are praying. I know. Thank you. Appreciate that. That is from YouTube, TN Girl, I think, if I read that correctly. Hi, Payman John. It is so good to see you. I am so glad you're still with us. I do think about you a lot, and I do pray for you. Thanks, Spooky. It is good to be back. I know, one day off air, and it feels like I was off air for a week, which is strange. Steve B says, is it true Trump couldn't meet Netanyahu without Kushner and Witkoff rushing to be there? Actually, Stevie, Kushner and Witkoff met with Bibi first. So the order of meeting from my tracking and reporting was Bibi had a meeting with Rubio first, where he signed Israel's seat at the peace board. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then he met with Witkoff and Kushner. They briefed him on their first talks with Iran. Then he met with Trump. It was in that order was the meeting. But yes, technically what you're saying is correct. Yes, he sat down with Witkoff and Kushner first. Listened to the Rolling Stones' Give Me Shelter several days ago and found it very apropos what has been happening in Iran. I should find it and listen to it. I don't listen to much English music anyways. I appreciate that, Christopher, I should say your name fully. Thanks. Yes, that's a good idea, guys. Whatever platform you're watching, click that reaction button, either like, heart, whatever it is. It helps the algorithm. It puts the feed up for more people to reach it. FEMA Region 5 hears you 5 times 5. Okay, that puzzle is a little over my head, at least for now. Awesome. TN girl is Tennessee girl. That makes sense. That is well, Tennessee girl. I'm probably gonna just start calling you that when I see your comments. I checked to see if there were any upcoming rallies in Knoxville, Tennessee for the 14th, and there was already one that happened last Saturday. Other people said they didn't know about it either. Grace, there is not one scheduled for Knoxville, Tennessee, unfortunately. But if you go to the website Irano, that's IRANO, irano.net, they have most of the schedule there, but I know there isn't one. Unfortunately, I shouldn't say it unfortunately, but unfortunately, the closest one for Tennessee and Pennsylvania and Kentucky and all of that would be the Washington, D.C. one. Of course, Payman John. Wow, all these heads of a state playing politics with the Iranian people's life. Pro TDE, yes, that is why I addressed my fellow Americans on the Substack, not to do too much of giveaway. You can most certainly, please do read it, but I started with, dear Americans, though this message is for the world, but I'm addressing you directly because America is leading the negotiations with Iran, and also U.S. President proudly publicized his control and confession of stopping the executions and killings in Iran. And then I continued from there on how January 16, President Trump put out on his Truth Social that he greatly respect that they stopped over 800 execution. Then days later, on camera, he said, I stopped 837 execution, yada, yada, yada. Point is, when, as Americans, and this is not my bias of being Iranian American, as an American, when my government is leading negotiations with a regime that is actively and openly committing genocide, and when my president switches from people of Iran, patriots of Iran, to stay on the streets, take your institutions, we're coming 3 days later into respecting the regime for stopping execution, that immediately the regime denied doing so. It becomes our responsibility as Americans to speak up. This isn't about speaking up about the crisis in Iran. It's about speaking up about our government and our leaders being part of this genocide. That's how I look at it. I might be very wrong. The bias might be playing into my mindset, but that was the whole concept of the Substack. Of course, after that, I go through the actual numbers and record and documents, link backs to places where we are looking at now between 10 to 30 Iranians in Iran across the country in prisons being executed every day. 10 to 30 a day is the number of executions. So as Americans, I feel like we need to feel accountable, not for the life of Iranians that is being taken away, but for the role our government is playing in silencing the executions and the death and looking the other way and brushing it off. Since the whole negotiations started, you don't hear anyone. J.D. Vance won't even bring up the revolution, won't even talk about the people who were killed. Trump has to stop talking about killings stopping or those who died. Same thing with the rest of them. So that is the message of that Substack. We, the American people, should feel responsible and accountable to hold our government accountable when our leader stepped over to take authority over lives of Iranian people. We need to hold him accountable for what happens after that. Again, I will admit that maybe my bias, again, we're doing the comments today. Let me know if it's my bias, but if you are an American without an Iranian attached to you or anything else, do you see what I'm saying here? Do you see the connection? Do you see the accountability? The responsibility we, the people, hold to speak out and push back against this normalization of diplomacy. Diplomacy needs to have limits. There has to be a time when we draw the line and say enough diplomacy. And again, I want to be very clear, I'm not asking for America to strike Iran or take out the IRGC. I've been against that from day one. But there is a doing nothing about it, and then there is a washing the blood for the regime, which is a topic of I'm ready for the backlash. I was born ready for the backlash. But for everybody out there who posted the memes of people of Iran, Trump is not Obama, they were very right. Trump is not Obama. On last 30 days, well, 1 day away from 30 days, but last 30 days from his own, we're coming to today's action, and the last 46 years showed that Trump was worse. Because Obama didn't just do nothing. Obama went up behind microphone and told people of Iran, we're not coming, you're on your own. At least the man was honest about his alliance with the regime that was killing Iranian people. But Trump told the people he's coming. Again, I'm not expecting it. I came on air immediately saying, don't take this as a promise. I even did a Substack of don't take it as a promise. It was just a post. But based on action, you were right. Trump is not Obama. And people of Iran actually had to learn that the hard way. Some of us knew, some of us had to learn it the hard way. But thankfully, they have learned. There are a very small percentage of Iranians today who are still buying the whole hang tight, we're coming, or Trump cares for people of Iran. Very small percentage. The rest have come to realize. We got to go take our first ad break, guys. When we come back, well, we're going to head right back into the comment sections. Don't go anywhere.
Life is too short to spend a single moment spinning in laundry worries. Take a load off your mind with the all-new Norwex Powerzyme laundry detergent. This natural detergent harnesses the power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to leave fabrics fresh and clean without fillers, brighteners, synthetic fragrances, bleach, or harsh chemicals. So go ahead, have your cake and eat it too. More than ever, stressful stains have met their match. Powerzyme's fast-acting enzymes break down organic substances while natural surfactants loosen locked-in dirt and oil, removing residue, stains, and odors with ease. With 91% bio-based ingredients, this dermatologist-tested hypoallergenic formula is suitable for sensitive skin types and delivers a safe and effective clean that won't harm you or the planet's waterways. Less time spent worrying about laundry means you can focus on what truly matters. Norwex Powerzyme Laundry Detergent. Discover the power of nature and load up on confidence.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I appreciate you. And yes, discover the power of nature. I've been talking about Norwex for a long time, and I will continue. And I should give a shout out to everybody who placed your orders this week. I appreciate your orders because, as you know, not only I am introducing you to a company with 100% chemical-free product to help you to save money and have a much healthier household, but also I'm a consultant that receives percentage of your purchase as commission when you make a purchase of Norwex product through my URL, which is cyruswellness.com, cyruswellness.com. So I appreciate your orders. I have heard back from some of you. I'm very glad that you love the products as much as I do. Those of you who have not placed an order, that is completely understandable. Sometimes we're hesitant on switching companies, so I'll suggest you do a small portion, maybe just switch your laundry detergent. And when you come to know the product, trust me, you're going to fully move over. CyrusWellness.com is the place you can help me financially and yourself with having a much healthier household. And if you end up using their skin product like I do, probably have a much healthier skin as well. I don't know how to pronounce your handle on YouTube, so I'm gonna just skip the 4 in there and say Bichu. If not, we're just gonna call you Bat. You know, my accent gets in the way, so I give everybody nicknames. I still believe that the United States is the main facilitators of Islam around the world. I am so happy you think that. And in short, I will say, yes, you are correct. In long, I will say the next project, the next longer project, I would say, which will be in order of, it's going to be a shorter format of digital book. Then it's going to be a video series, and Lord willing, expanded full book version is going to prove what you just claimed. Talking about books, I've been kind of trying not to be the person who starts the show with it, but I want to talk to you about a lot of you very kindly have sent messages, asked questions, and I made the announcement earlier in January, but the wait is almost over. I won't give a date, and I'll tell you for what reason, but my first book will be out very soon. When I say very soon, we're not talking about months, we're talking about weeks. The new book that I have talked about, few times, early in January, late January, the architecture of jihad is going to be out very, very soon. I want to talk about the book for a minute. Well, the book and everything surrounding the book. First of all, I want to say thank you. This is not favoring, maybe it is, so don't be upset with me on other platforms, but a huge thank you goes to my subscribers on Substack. When I started my Substack, guys, I was not considering myself a good writer, let alone anything more than that. I started it based on a feeling, a voice, for lack of a better term. And I figured there's so much I can cover every day on a show in 1 hour. It's hard to stay concentrated and focused. So I started it, but with an amazing support that came from you guys on Substack, from both sides of free subscribers to paid subscribers. I got the confidence. Now, I started my Substack. Officially, I started a while ago, but seriously, and start putting daily pieces out was somewhere about April of last year. And it's hard to believe it's been like, 10 months now. And your comments, your restacking, your messages, your subscription gave me the confidence to realize maybe, just maybe, I could be also an author. So I started the book. Also, a huge shout out goes to Dr. Jamie Glazov. He was my guest on Monday. He was a huge, friendly voice who inspired me to entertain the idea. Of course, for everybody behind the scene who covered me while I had to work on the book around the clock, those who covered me with their generous gifts through PayPal, Substack, wires, anything. Of course, I couldn't do this, at least not this quickly, within 7 months or so, if it wasn't for the financial support. And then if it could pop up the banner, it's not all the names, but I'm going to try to name as many names as I can remember, to all the leaders, the leading names of counter-jihad movement, counter-Sharia movement in America, outside of America, who took the time to read the final manuscript and sending, I think the proper term for them is advanced praises for the book. I thank you, every single one of you, starting from, since we are on board YouTube, Brandon House. His endorsement or praise was so wonderfully done. I actually decided to use it for the back cover of the book. And then, of course, Dr. Jamie Glazov, Mike Finch, president of David Horowitz Freedom Center. Daniel Greenfield, you all know him, a brilliant mind of the counter-jihad movement. Michael Lauber, dear friend of mine, who's also the founder of Ex-America News that streams my show on their channel. Thank you for taking the time, not just to read the book and send me a blurb for it, but for helping me with some of the glitches when it comes to, editorial parts. Trevor Loudon, thank you. I don't want to take the whole show naming names, but I guess, I don't know if this is going to ever change, but the first book, the wave of support in all shapes and forms is in a good way, very overwhelming. And of course, last but not least, is that when I was in the process of finishing the book, the first draft was done, but the entire book wasn't done. It wasn't final edit yet. But as I was doing that, I'm sorry, I thought I can multitask in this part, but I can't. This is awkward, but well, it's live show, right? Okay, I think I did it. I was asked that, it's a book, it's your first book, you might have some credibility, but normally, you need someone to forward the book for you. And I thought it's a long shot, but it was a shot that I took, and I am so honored, so privileged, and so blessed that Dr. Bill Warner, the godfather of anti-jihad, counter-jihad movement, decided to forward this book. It's such a, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. He knows I have talked to him on the phone, and it's just amazing. Of course, Alex Newman, Dr. Andy Woods, as I see on the screen now. So the book is almost out. And I appreciate those of you who wrote me asking when. There are a few things I wasn't aware, but now I am. When you write a book, there are certain things that you have to get done before you can announce a date. So we are literally one step away from making an announcement on the release or pre-order date. But as you can see on the banner also, the first batch of notification on the pre-sale date and availability will be sent out to my subscribers on Substack. Again, it's not favoring, it's just you guys played a huge role in this project. And I can't help but to think, you guys deserve the first shot or the first notification. So all the subscribers, free or paid subscribers, they will receive the first batch of notification. The paid subscribers, of course, will receive the first order link of pre-order. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, how we did it. I am grateful for all of you. And we'll see when it's out. We'll see how y'all feel about it. Just be nice. No, I'm kidding. Don't be nice. Be very honest. If you pick up a copy and read it, I want your honest opinion. I want your feedback, because I don't think this is, I know this is my first book, but I highly doubt this is going to be my last book. I have a feeling, I'm sure it won't be the last one. I have already drafted the outline of the next book, as I mentioned, but that one is going to be a little different. We're going to do it first as a 60, 70 page ebook, let's call it. And then it's going to turn into a video series. Then that gives me enough time to expand it into a full functioning book like the first one, which will be coming out soon. Okay, I don't know if I bored all of you to falling asleep or zoning out or clicking out of this feed talking about this experience. I hope I didn't. Just in case if I did, let's go take an ad break. At least the music of the ad is going to boost you back up. And then when we come back, we're going to head right back into the comment sections. Well, hello, everybody. It's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my artist studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. Finish this painting, but I'm sure, for at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Yes, the music definitely. I've been thinking of doing a new ad for the artist studio, but I'm like, no, this one's really old, 2020 to be exact, 6 years old. But I like that music and the beat and the camera movement, so we're just gonna let it be. lutfstudio.com, lutfstudio.com. Use promo code MISSION for 10% off your orders. That is where you can pick up my handmade art pieces. My handmade, that was a wrong English, but I meant I make them myself. Handmade art pieces, which is another way of financially supporting my mission. Quick answer to some of the questions. The book is not out yet, guys. That's probably why you are not finding that title anywhere. Again, I will, Lord willing, by this Friday, I know the exact date of pre-release and then the exact date of release, and I will share that with you as soon as I know it. But especially because most of the questions are coming from Substack, you guys will receive an email. On Substack, you'll get an email from me. The title will say the new book, so you won't miss the subject. And I will have all the details, the pre-sale, pre-order, where you can get your autograph copy, where you can get your normal copy. All of that will be within that email that I will send you. Lori said, the world is not hearing the truth and leaders won't tell the truth. That is very true. That is very true, because it's not just the leaders, it's also the mainstream media and, you know, conservative alternative media and the social media. It's hard, but there are enough people that, you know, if they wanted to hear the truth, there are enough people out there who are telling it. Annalise, you were hearing boasting. I think you were hearing boasting. I think you were. Okay. I will try not to go there. Unfortunately, the rest of us will suffer the consequences of bad DC decision. Yes, we will, unless we do something about it. My head wasn't set up to plug the book so much, but one of the advanced praises I have received from the names that I said was direct point of, okay, this book is so well written. It's a one of a kind, but specifically, we have read so many books that points out the problem, points out the system, but none of them ever gives any solution. Now, in my book, The Architecture of Jihad, every single chapter, before the core lessons of that chapter, we have a subsection of countermeasures, right? And these countermeasures are realistic, like, you know, they're not ridiculous out there. Not everybody can do. Every chapter has solution to the problem. And again, it depends on who chooses to take that part and do with it, what to do with it. But I've been told that one of the uniqueness of this book is that I actually thought about, okay, you just gave everybody all this bad news. Now what? Okay, here's the good news. There are solutions. There are simple solution to the problem. Conchetta says, yep, I do not hold tightly, but so many are led astray with his terminology. You're showing the beautiful people. Mark Levin speaks loudly and is pissed too. Yes. Again, there's a Substack to prove it. There are my videos where I said this was not a promise. It was a politician's post, but not everybody knows the difference. Annalise is asking, did anybody see or read Robert Spencer's testimony about Sharia taking over America? Yes, here. I don't know about the rest of the audience. If you haven't, just head over to his website, jihadwatch.org. There are so many great materials at jihadwatch.org, from books to testimonies to videos. You can find a lot of information. Oh, thank you, Lori. You're very kind. It's okay. Lord willing, I'll be here. Lori says, I wish I would have found you earlier, Annie. I appreciate it. But I'm here. You are a very wise lady. I applaud you for your courage and stamina to stay at it. God bless you. He is a rewarder to those who diligently seek him. He absolutely is. And thank you. I appreciate that. I have a thing. I guess I could now say it's a Persian thing. After last 46 days, you all believe it when I say it's a Persian thing, right? We call it the stubbornness. Some people call it a different thing, but we don't give up. Yes, Danielle Greenfield is absolutely brilliant. And again, it's every single name, from the cover name of Dr. Bill Warner to the advanced praises inside the book to the back cover praised by Brian House, every name. That was the thing. Someone suggested you need some really huge name, and I was like, no. I want to work with my people. I want to hear the feedback of my people, the leaders of counter jihad movement. With all due respect to all the big names of conservative out there, I don't care for their name. I'm too legit to go try to find a giant name with a giant title. No. To me, the biggest ultimate forward of such a book would have been the godfather of counter jihad movement. That's all. And thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for putting it in his heart to do this. The rest is, I don't know, maybe that's, again, I've been told that I have broken every rule of writing a book. So there you have it. I'm going to break the rule of you got to find some really big name with a big title for forward and praises. I want, people who I've been with and I've seen them in the movement and their actions matching their words, and that's what means the world to me. Every single blurb coming back on email, every word was an extra motivation to keep doing it. Get it done, publish it, get it out. Let's go for the next book, because I know every name has experienced this. They are leaders of this movement. They read the book. They understood the book. They would come back with, girl, this is good. But that is what makes it right for me. And I don't want to start dropping names here, but they may not be whatever that, forwarded somebody else's book. I don't care. I don't go for, let me give you an example. Somebody messaged me very kindly about a week ago, or maybe less. And it was so, I never thought of it until this message come my way. And it was a compliment of, I wish we had more of you, where I've been following both of you. She names two people, myself and Candace Owen, that I've been following both of you. You're kind of close in age. You started about the same time, and you have carried on your mission with grace, with no drama and no scandal, nothing. And then I look at the other side with Candace, and we all know where that goes. Until I read that message, which I replied already to privately, but that's when it clicked. Maybe this is most likely why I'm not one of the 5 million followed people out there. But I don't care. I like this legit, genuine. If you're a big name, good for you. If you're not a big name, good for you. You're small. It doesn't matter. Do you get it? Is what matters. Are you on the right side of history? That's what matters. Are you willing to call it what it is without sugarcoating it, because you don't want to lose those clicks? And are you gonna stand by the values that represents you as a child of God, or are you going to step on all of them because you want to be some sort of queen or king of the world? This is, as I said, probably that's why I don't have the millions of followers, which is cool. But I'm way too me. I don't do the big names and the handshakes I can't tell you how many times I've been to different events where I was either part of the production, I was part of the assistant production, whatever. And I see people drop their life to run and take a selfie with some big name. And I mind my own business. I respect them. I'm not saying anything is wrong with them. I'm just saying my personality is more of, I'm here to do a job. Let me do my job and go home. I don't know. Wired differently. Let's go back to I'm wired differently. Okay. Let's head over to YouTube and Facebook as well, because I don't want to be unfair and only pay attention to Substack. Thank you, Tennessee Girl. Fantastic cover. That book cover on its own was a thing. Well, should I tell you the thing about it? It's okay. I had the idea and the vision of the book cover before I even started chapter 1 of the book. Like when I finished the introduction of the book, I had the concept of the book cover in my head. I call a good friend of mine, very dear friend of mine, and I'm like, hey, Joyce, listen, I have the idea for book cover. She's like, what book? I'm like, yeah, okay, you're right. I'm writing a book. This is the concept. She's like, okay. And but I didn't make it. I did not make the book cover until the book was done. I just wanted to make sure it matches it, but the vision was there. And yes, I would like to, I hope this doesn't come out as boasting or bragging, but I did also design the book cover myself. Before all of this, yours truly, the career was graphic design and web development. So I built my own website. I maintain my own website. I do my thumbnail for my show. I do all of my banners, all of my memes, book cover. They're all, when you're a one-woman show with no budget, you kind of have to do it all yourself. So, oh, thank you, Cochetta. You're very kind, very kind. Cochetta thinks I am a gift to us. Well, Cochetta said you are a gift to us. I was trying to say that better. Thank you. I appreciate that. The difference between you and Owens is you have stayed faithful to Jesus. She has gone off the rails. Very true. And I want to emphasize, this is important. I don't know. It's just, I don't know why it's important, but it is important. Mind you, I was saved. After I started this mission, right? So I wasn't a believer. She was. You go back and take a look at the pictures or videos of Red Pill Candace. That's what she went with. She always had her cross, and she always talked about Bible and Christianity, which to this day she claims to still do. And that is the point. That the message is: are you a follower of Christ, or are you a Christian? Today there is a difference. Proudly, I will say there is a difference to Candace and people like Candace. Gain the world and lose your soul, not a good place to be. Exactly, Ashley. Exactly. That has been, in a weird way, it was, even before I was saved, that was my mindset. But since I've been saved, being able to connect the puzzles and the moments of my past when God is watching out for me, I just don't know He's there and I am not acknowledging Him, is when I came to realize that nothing, absolutely nothing in this world is worth losing my seat at His kingdom. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, not even my life as my breath is what I mean, is not worth losing my seat at his kingdom. Guys, let's go take our last ad break and then we'll come back and I will try to talk less and read your comments more. Be right back.
Hello, I'm Brandon House. Melissa and I have been taking Bella Grace, this powerful elixir, since last fall, 2023. The results have been amazing. My hands would crack and bleed, deep cuts and cracks every winter for years. No matter what we did, we couldn't get them to stop cracking and bleeding. This year, I took Bella Grace, no cracking, no bleeding. My acid reflux, gone. Haven't had to take a Pepcid. My hair growth, the last 2 times I had my hair cut, the lady had to use thinning shears on my hair. That's amazing. We've also received incredible feedback from you, our listening audience, and the impact it's had for you. This is loaded with astaxanthin. That's a powerful antioxidant. Collagen, but top grade collagen. Studies show 95% of it is being absorbed in the body because of the way they develop it. Then we have something called cat's claw. That's an anti-inflammatory from a vine in Peru. It's the bark, and it's an anti-inflammatory. There are about 80 clinical trials on Bella Grace. Please get a subscription now and save. MelissaHouseBG.com.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I greatly appreciate you. I tell you what, I want to do this more often where it's just me and you guys. I love all of my interviews, all my guests, but this is fun. Bat says, Annie Jan, the Iranian community had a big impact on my life, romantically, spiritually, and hospitable. I can't pronounce that word. I'm reading it, but I can't pronounce it. Hospitably? Okay. See, this is where my English gets so ruined. Anyways, well, Bat, I am very glad you have had good experience on all departments with Iranian community. Okay, we're good people. I'm not saying all of us. I mean, there's bad apple everywhere, but we're good people. Pookie said, Brandon, Trevor, Alex, good for them. Technology work for all the heavy lifting you do, Aynaz. I'm sure same with you, Salman Sharm. I appreciate that. Yes, it was for my first book, I was not expecting to receive a yes from every request I sent out for, reading the pre-published manuscript. It was a yes from everyone, and it was such a blessing. Wow. Thank you, Pookie. Pookie said, answering to Lori on Substack, says, Lori, where have you been? Been watching Aynaz for close to 10 years. There was times when social media would block her, but always found a way back. She's on the right side of truth. I appreciate that. Yes, Pookie. We've been through some serious play. Remember when GoFundMe blocked me from raising money? That was a trip for sure. The first will be last and the last will be first is happening. Stevie, I'm guessing that's your response to this won't be the first or the last book. Thank you, Christopher. All things considered, your English is impeccable. There are still certain words that, because of the weirdness of lawlessness of English, I just it's hospitality, but then hospitable. You see what it's like? Why are we not saying it the same way? Oh, thank you, Jennifer. So good to see you on YouTube. Okay, let's check back on. Let's check back on Substack. I can tell by what she says, she being Candace O, and Annalise said, she never reads her Bible. I don't think she does. I don't. Well, again, one of the subjects, not to give too much of a spoiler, but next week, one of the Substacks I'm putting out, just out of frustration, I'm doing a Substack on how Bible has become a prop nowadays, because it has. Of course, I'll go into details on the Substack when it comes out, but that's the same thing for Candace, right? It's a prop. The cross necklace and the Bible and I'm a Christian has become a prop. It's not genuinely sitting there as a guideline for many. It's a prop because sadly and unfortunately, if you pick up a Bible or claim Christianity or have a cross necklace, then automatically your fellow Christians will automatically give you a few steps up into credibility and trust just because. And a lot of people have turned these items into prop. It's like I've been told many times, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. I'll say it. Christianity is a claim. Being a follower of Christ is the action. That's why I prefer to say I'm a proud follower of Christ, because props tend to fool some people, sadly. Like a cliche in high school, exactly. Oh, that's all right, Lori. That's all right. That's the thing. Again, I'm glad I started Substack. I just, I actually feel like I wish I did it sooner, but I'm sure this was all God's timing, because I did open it earlier. I just didn't do anything with it. Oh, Pookie said, just being funny. Love Lori Sanders. She's beautiful sister in Christ. So there we go. Oh gosh, I love that, guys. By the way, I want to say this. You see, this is why I am so blessed. Like the fact that some of you watch the feed on YouTube and Substack, and sometimes even I've noticed on Facebook at the same time to help boost my algorithm. It's just amazing. It is amazing. Skid says, Annie, do you have any idea how far along Worldview Tube is with their MEK documentary? How long before we get to see it? Yes, that is a great question. This late night tonight, actually, I have a meeting with all of the former MEK people who are going to join, and Lord willing, things work out. Next week, we're going to schedule the filming, the interviews. And from there, we're going to go as fast as we can. I can't give you time because that is wrong of me, because the boss when it comes to production is Logan. The boss when it comes to concept and release is Brandon. I'm literally just helping with it. So I'm not going to step on their toes and give you a timeline, but I will tell you that it is sooner than you would think. But as soon as I have confirmation on release date or guesstimate, I'll make sure to bring it to you. Don, oh, thank you, by the way, Don, for your absolute generous order at Norwex. It was very delightful. I hope you do enjoy the items. Don says, I discovered you 5 years ago when I discovered Brown House. So glad I did. I am so glad you joined us as well. Oh my goodness, this is fun. Okay, we have like 5 minutes less than. Do I have 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes to wrap up, and I don't want to rush the wrap. So I said something, memory just popped up with Pookie talking about when GoFundMe blocked me, and I'm still blocked, by the way, so I'm completely blacklisted. However, having a conversation with someone else on a private text today, I completely forgot, and then I remembered today that for those of you, again, of course, there are different ways to support me financially, but if you want to send in a one-time gift that goes directly, I mean, I don't even use it for my bills. Like it just goes directly into the production, the broadcast, the writing, the research, all of that. I do have a Gift Send Go that I forgot I have. It is a giftsendgo.com/LUTF, my famous abbreviation, LUTF. So it was brought up today. Somebody found it. They texted me, it's like, is this still yours? I want to send in a gift. I was like, oh, look at that. Yes, it is. So we also have a new way. If you want to send in a one-time gift through Giftsend Go, go to giftsendgo.com/LUTF. You'll see on there it's specifically a broadcast and research account. Basically, that money goes. Pookie says, only discovered Brandon 2 years ago, so late on that one. Andy and Sharam let me there. You see, Pookie and Lori, now you're even on being late on one end. Oh, Tennessee girl, you got a good point. She said, Aynaz, your English is so much better than our Persian. Fair enough. By the way, since we're talking about my accent and English, I was so happy when Annalise messaged me yesterday very kindly to check on me and make sure why there's no show yesterday. She did say that I pronounced her name perfectly and no one has ever done it. I was like, yay, my accent worked once. Apparently, I do pronounce her name perfectly. So, you see, that's not too bad. Please do another show with Mohammed, Hediye, and perhaps Marzieh. Bat, I will absolutely look into that. And as I said, oh, you know what I forgot to announce? I don't even know if you're going to care about one of these two announcements, but number one, starting basically just give me enough time to get the book out. As soon as the book is out, I will start doing either Saturday or Sunday, depending on which one works better for everybody. I will start doing a live, either Q&A like today, or a roundtable with Sharam, Yosama, Hediye, Mohammed, Farid, everybody, once a week on weekends, either Saturday or Sunday. And then also, by end of March, I will start my Farsi language broadcast. Once a week, I will be doing, this is for my Farsi speaking audience. I mean, my English speaking audience. Feel free to join that broadcast. You might start learning Farsi, well, possibly. But I will be, I've been asked by some of the, leaders of Persian community in America that I should start doing Farsi broadcasts as well. So my plate is not full, so we're going to add more to it. I'm going to do a once a week weekend on Substack, roundtables or Q&A, and then I'm going to also do once a week Farsi broadcast, either solo or with guests that I have had on my show, but we're going to do it in Farsi. Jack Hibbs and Hediye Mohammed live tonight at CCCH. What time? Do you know what time? I hope I can catch it. If not, I have to go and do the playback. But okay, guys, we are at the very end of this. I'm going to quickly say subscribe to my Substack. Become a paid subscriber if you can. It helps dramatically. liveuptofreedom.substack.com. That's liveuptofreedom.substack.com. Grab yourself 100% chemical-free, wonderful products of cleaning, cloth, hygiene, skincare, of Norwex product at cyruswellness.com. That's cyruswellness.com. Portion of your purchase will be commissioned to me and helps what I do. LUTFstudio.com. LUTFstudio.com is where you can pick up my art pieces and again financially support my work. And if you're not a subscriber on Substack and you like to receive the early release notifications of my book, become a subscriber, even if it's just the free subscriber, and you receive the first batch of notification. You all have a wonderful day. I will be back tomorrow with a guest all the way from London to talk about UK and corrupt system protecting the regime of Iran. Until then, you'll stay safe. Bye, guys.
Hey, for me, Thomas.
All good.
Okay.